talk about how colors affect our sensory perception. Okay, so we've already talked about temperature. So yes, temperature is a factor. We feel different. So when we talked, when I showed you those two images, right, hot and loud and bright and clean, why did I use those particular words? Why did I say hot? It's because those two colors, yellow and red, they were both warm colors, right? So imagine now if there's hot and hot, it'll make you feel hot. So if you want to feel a certain temperature in your room, in your living room, in your bedroom, in your anywhere, or in your study area even, use those certain colors, because the colors that you surround yourself with will actually make you feel different temperature wise. So you can use these colors, for example, in summers. Okay, do up your house in lighter colors, use more pastels, use more white, use lighter shades of blues and greens. It'll make you feel cool, and opposite would be in winters, use more reds and oranges, and darker colors. So because they will actually make the room feel more warm. It will actually work that way. Try it out, because the colors can actually, when you look at a color, it changes your body temperature, it changes the way you breathe. It can make you breathe faster or slower. It can change your pulse rate. It actually does make a difference. Okay, so let's talk about weight. Okay, weight and size. So research shows that a dark colored product is considered to be more durable and heavier. Okay, whereas a lighter colored product can make you think of it as less durable, okay, and actually lighter in weight. There have been many studies that have proven this. And actually look around you in the different products that you have in your house, whether it's your laptop or it's your phone or it's even a water bottle or a table or anything. Okay, your cabinet, if it is a darker color, it'll look more heavy, whereas if it's a lighter color, it will actually look lighter in weight. So it actually does make a difference. And this is the information that marketing psychologists use to get to us and to convince us that this product is more durable. They just make it a darker color. So actually do that experiment and be more aware of it when you're buying your next product. Okay, so let's talk about taste and smell now. Okay, so different colors can, just looking at a different color can give you a sense of, it can actually make you start smelling certain things or make you start tasting certain flavors. Okay, so for example, when I look at a certain shade of blue, okay, I actually can suddenly start smelling chlorine from swimming pools. Okay, swimming pools, the water is blue, and we can always smell chlorine when we go to a swimming pool. So it actually works. When you're looking at a natural green, you can suddenly start smelling freshly cut grass. Or when you are looking at, let's say you're looking at, let's do the experiment now. Here, this image, okay? Now, what kind of flavor or what kind of taste does this image or this color give you? Okay, yes, sour, right? One, of course, because of the shape and the object that it is. Now let's say this one. What kind of taste would this give you? Now, once again, there are no right or wrong answers. Nothing like that. Okay, we will all have different reactions to it. I'll at the end of it, I'll tell you what I've been feeling. Okay, exactly. So yes, so for the first image, most of you said that it was sour. For this image, you're saying it is sweet. And the only thing that has changed is the inside color. The outside color is not even changed. The outside color is still yellow. It is still a lemon. But why? Just because the inside color has been turned to pink. Now suddenly you're feeling that it is sweet, whereas it is the exact same image. It's because the color yellow and similar, maybe a light green or a yellowy green, you have sometime associated it with the flavor sour, right? And yes, when we think of lemons, we think of sour, and lemons are yellow. And now this is still a lemon. I've just changed the inside color. I've turned it pink. Pink is the color that is heavily associated with the flavor sweet. So if you notice, all of the, not all, but most of the bakeries and dessert shops, they have a lot of pink or similar or colors of the same family, maybe a peach. Why? Because pink, the color pink, will actually start making you taste sweet. It actually does. So this image right now in front of you, it's still an image of a lemon, but you're thinking of a lemon as being sweet. It's just because you see the color pink. So if you're going into, if you're maybe a designer, okay, if you're a graphic designer, and you want to you want to give a sweet, you want to give a sense of sweetness to your visual, use a lot of pink, lighter pinks. It'll do the work for you, definitely. So since we're talking about food, okay, so here, this is an image for you. Now one plate is blue and one plate is orange. Now which of these images make the food look more yummy? Which of these make the salad look more yummy and appetizing? Tell me in the chat box. Once again, there is no right and wrong answer, none at all. Okay, very mixed responses. Okay, blue, orange, blue, orange. Okay, okay. So usually, okay, now we're just talking about in general. The color blue has a very game-changing quality to it, meaning it can actually suppress your appetite. If you are surrounded with blue, okay, when you are eating, or maybe in your kitchen or in your dining area, you will actually end up eating less. So if you're looking to lose weight or decrease your appetite for any reason, use more blue elements. Introduce a blue element in your surrounding where you eat. It could be like here, it's a blue plate, okay. And of course, if you want to go to the absolute extreme, dye your food blue using, of course, very natural and healthy food colors. Always remember that. But that is the way to totally be off-putted by your food. But yes, the color blue, if you surround yourself, okay, you can maybe add a blue element, a blue tablecloth, or a blue painting, or anything in your dining area or your kitchen. You'll actually end up eating less. On the contrary, colors like yellows, oranges, and reds, they have a tendency, they have the quality to increase your appetite. That's why you would have noticed that all the food company logos, okay, they mostly have yellows, oranges, and reds. That's because these three colors, they are associated with food, with hunger, with appetite. Okay, and even when you go to restaurants and cafes, you'll see a lot of these three colors: yellows, oranges, and reds. That's because they will make you feel more hungry when you're surrounded by it. You'll end up eating more if you are eating off an orange plate or a yellow plate as compared to if you're eating off a blue plate. And of course, a white plate is the one that you will eat maximum from. Now, why is this? It's because the color white, right? It will make your plate look really big. So you'll end up taking more food. You'll end up serving more food. Therefore, you'll end up eating more food. So if you are wanting to lose weight, stay away from white plates. Stay away from them. choose any color, any other color plate you have in the house. Just stay away from white plates, right? Okay, so let's talk about pastels. Now, pastels and neons. These are two color categories. Okay, so pastels are basically a super light shade of your color, of your hue. Okay, so meaning there's a hue, a main color, and it has been mixed with a lot of white in it, right? So that gives you a pastel. So pastels, they give a feeling of openness. They give a very inviting, soft, inviting feeling. Okay, so and they're very gentle colors. So whenever you look at these colors, you'll, yes, tints of hue, absolutely. So yes, whenever you're looking at these colors, okay, pastels, you'll feel very calm, very soft and soothed. You'll feel, okay. And on the contrary, when you look at neons, you'll feel super energized, okay, like super duper energized. That's because these are very bright, intense versions of hues, of colors. Okay, they're super intense. Now, of course, because they're so intense, they will mostly distort the meaning of the original color. Okay, so a normal blue versus a neon blue, a normal pink versus a neon pink will have different meanings. So neons as a whole, as a group of colors, they have a very fun, frivolous meaning. Okay, you would see now always, if you're wanting to understand the meaning of certain colors, look at them in your surroundings. See where you find them. For example, neons are found in nightlife, in pubs, in bars, in festivals, in parties, right? That's where you find neons. You don't find neon, you don't find pastel colors in festivals or in night festivals or in nightlife. You always find neons because they're bright and they're inviting in a very fun way. And of course, apart from this, neons like orange, for example, orange neon is used for caution and for warning, right? And also yellows and blues neons. That's because they will grab your attention, especially in darkness, right? And so you would see the people wear um, clothes that have a neon strip on it, so it's actually used for caution that way. Neon color, Deepti, is a bright, it's an intense version of a normal color, right? It's an intense version, it is super duper bright, and therefore it will give you different meanings. So neons will actually also give you feelings of warning and danger. That's why it's used for caution as well. Okay, so now we're going to talk about mood boards. Now, mood boards are basically boards that or activities, okay, that people do to help them in their projects. Now, the project can be anything at all. It can be a personal project, okay. It can be a work-related project. It can be anything. So, no matter what kind of a designer you are, everybody uses mood boards. So what is a mood board? It is just putting together different elements, different colors, different feelings that you want to achieve, right? So you actually can make a digital mood board, or you can make a physical mood board. A physical mood board would mean you are cutting and pasting from magazines and from newspapers, and using different mediums, okay, like paints and color pencils, or sketch pens or anything, to to put together a visual, right? A visual meaning an example, a sample of what your final thing would look like. So, for example, if you, let's just talk about how to make a mood board, okay? So now there are dozens of ways to do anything and everything. Now my suggestion or my way would be to first identify or select the mood you want to represent, right? Is it a happy mood? Is it a serious mood? Is it a fun mood? Is it a sad mood? Okay, so what the feeling you're going for, and of course the purpose you're going for. Okay, so is it a purpose for yourself? Is it just for yourself, or is it for a group of people? Is it for the masses? So these are factors to take in at the first step of making a mood board, right? So once you have achieved all these factors, you've got answers to all these questions. Next thing would be to select the hues, select the colors, the shades, the tints, the tones, okay, that you want, and experiment. Put them together, make different combinations. The best way to understand what you want is to just experiment, it's to experience it, right? So put together different pictures together, different colors together, see what this color and this color and this color, what together, what do they mean? Remember, we talked about combinations. Combinations are a very good way to enhance or subdue certain meanings. So together, what all the colors giving the meaning, right? Individually they'll give different meanings, together they'll give a different meaning. So make combinations. And then and then so that's the second step, right? Putting together your hues, okay, and of course your elements if you're going for elements, depending on what your project is, right? And then make and once you've put together the hues, make the combinations, right? And of course when you're making combinations, always remember to use neutrals, because neutrals are the ones that will actually balance out a combination. They'll make a combination good or bad, right? So neutrals, remember, they're white, they're black, and gray. Now gray is in the middle of black and white, right? So gray is often considered a dull color or a conservative color, right? So whatever it means to you, that's explore it, that's up to you. But gray is a very good neutral color, and it's very, because it's not in either extreme, white or black, it's right in the center. So it's a very good color for making combinations with. Gray can, and of course you can have different shades of gray. A lighter gray will go better with lighter colors, and a darker gray can go better with darker colors, or vice versa also. It's all about what kind of mood, what kind of feeling you're going for. That's it, right? And so once you have got all these things together, whether you've made a list or you have actually tried it out together, or any way that you are going for, okay, then last step is just to put everything together. Now, why put everything together? Because after all, it's a mood board, meaning it needs to serve its purpose. What is its purpose? Its purpose is to actually give you an idea of what your final product will look like. So put it all together. See, is it giving the meaning that you wanted, or is it not? If it's not, tweak it. Where would it need tweaking? Would a certain tint we need to be changed into a shade, or completely change the color, or an element? So tweak it till you are satisfied, and then execute your actual project. So that way you'll actually be more successful when you are actually doing your project, when you're trying to achieve your main project, because you've already done all the back end work, right? So this is a good way of organizing your all your designing skills and all your visuals that you're making. And of course, mood boards. Okay, so it's not only for designers, like for graphic designers or movie makers, or that way. If you are simply wanting to do up a corner in your house, or maybe a cabinet, the top of a cabinet, or even an entire room, or anything, or an artwork, a painting, or a sketch, mood boards are really good, right? So use your mood boards in whatever way you need it. It is not restricted to just for professionals of some kind, okay? Or I mean designers of some kind. It is for anybody who wants to create anything. So here are some examples of mood boards. Now here, this image, the image in itself, is giving off a very monsoony feeling to me. It can mean something absolutely different to you, but to me, it's giving a very monsoony feeling. So now when I was making I was taking out colors, okay, from this. So color combination that has been made is most of the colors, see, first one, second one, and the last one. These are all families of blue, right? So turquoise blue, all the same family. So, and this red here, that is the accent color. Okay, it is from the opposite side of your color wheel, right? It's a warm color. Blue family is on the cool color. This is on the opposite side. So it's giving a good contrast. Okay, it's a complementary color. So, and of course, then we have a neutral in the middle to balance it out. So overall, the image and the color combination is well balanced because you have got complementary colors, you've got contrasting colors, but the neutral is what made it balanced, right? Here, this is a very good option for a summer home, okay, a summer living room. So you've got, yes, you have got your yellow here, which is a warm color. Yes, meaning it gives off a lot of energy. It can give off a lot of heat, right? But it has been combined with a lot of cool colors, meaning blues and greens and the color gray. There's a lot of gray in this image, right? So the neutral has been enhanced. It's been used a lot. And that is why, even though you've used a warm color, it's not giving off a warm feeling. It's just giving a good contrast. It's giving a bright feeling instead of a warm feeling, right? So here, now, since of course we're all working from home now, right? So we are wanting to do up our work area, whether it's just a table or it's a room or it's just a corner of a room, anything. But that is our own work area, right? So now to be most productive, to achieve the most, we if you want to do up your work area, know the meanings that I just shared with you. See what works for you, right? Now, this thing, if you're doing your own work area, go with what you personally feel for each color, okay? So like in this image, so the neutrals are grays, two shades of grays, right? We've got a dark gray and a light gray. And of course, we have the orange. The orange is what is standing out. It's the accent color. It's the one that is giving the brightness because the other colors, the brown and even the green, they're dull, right? So it's the orange that is giving a good contrast and making it look exciting, giving that energy feeling to it. So this is how you can make different combinations and mood boards, right? So now, of course, if you're making a mood board for the masses, meaning, for example, you're making a website or you're making a logo or you're making a poster, okay? Go with the meanings, go with the color symbolism that is usually known, okay? And if you're making a personal project, for example, a workspace like over here in this image, or your own living room, or anything, your personal project, go with what you personally feel, okay? So know that difference. So if you're doing it for the masses, put your personal feelings aside, okay? Because you need to keep other factors in mind at that time. When you're doing it for yourself, be more aware. So be more aware of the surroundings that you have, okay? See what different colors around you actually make you feel. That is the only way you know whether this color works for you or how this color works for you, okay? And another way to actually really know and understand color symbolism is to watch animated movies. Now, they are my favorite way to understand color symbolism. Okay, because when they're making movies for kids, they use more visuals than words, right? So visuals meaning more color. Remember, minimum 60% of the visuals you take in are the colors that affect you, okay? So watch animated movies, and that's how you'll understand more color symbolism.